going to talk about PPC. So in this first video, in today's video, we are going to discuss about the PPC launch setup. What is the SOP of PPC for product launch on Amazon platform? Now let's discuss about the pricing setup first. What we usually do these days is we keep our selling price higher, almost 20 to 30% higher than the market. And when I'm talking about selling price, it's manufacturer suggested retail price or MSRP in case of USA, and RRR. RRP, I guess, retail ready price for the UK case. I'm talking about that price. We keep that high for around 20 to 30% than the market price. And then at the same time, we apply 30% off coupon. So basically we are giving only 10% discount maybe, or we are giving offering the price same as what is being offered in the market, but with 30% off coupon. And once we get around 20 to 30 sales, then after that we fill up the sale price field in the back end, and the aim is to get the strike through price. After we successfully get the strike through price, we usually adjust the coupon depending upon, I mean, do we want to keep it 10% less than the market or maybe 20% less than the market. After we get the strike through price, after we fill up the sale price field at the back end, then we do adjust the coupon, discount coupon. We can usually do it to 10% to 15% instead of the 30% coupon, because definitely we have applied the sale price already. Let's discuss about the PPC setup now. If we have design specific keywords in our customized keyword list, then we prefer those keywords. And if we don't have design specific keywords, we only have kind of generic keywords, and there is no particular design specific keyword in our selected products, then we go for 10 to 15 mid-tail keywords. And here what I do is I usually sort or prioritize my customized keyword list based upon two factors. First one is at the first, the design specific keywords deserve the spot. Then after that, non-design specific relevant keywords. And then after that, the outlier keywords. These three are going to be my preference list. But then again, in these three segments, I do prefer those keywords on top of the list who have any of the less reviews competitor ranked on the top spots. For example, there's a keyword stress ball for adults, and it has one competitor who has around 70 reviews, and that competitor is ranked in the top four spots. And then there is another keyword, stress ball for kids. That keyword have around similar search volume, but then again there is no competitor having reviews less than 100, or you can have it in a sense of comparison that can be less than 300, that can be less than 500, depending upon the competitiveness of the niche. But that keyword stress ball for kids does not have any specific competitor which has less number of reviews, and all of the competitors which are ranked on the top four or top eight sports, all those competitors have more than 1,000 reviews. Then in this particular case, I'm going to prefer the stress ball for adult keyword. This is how I'm going to set up my preference for the keyword targeting for the ranking intention particularly. And then again, like we have discussed how we can set up the list of negative keywords, we need to keep that list with us. And whenever we go for the auto campaign, for the broad campaign, for the phrase match campaign, that can also be in the video ads, we need to put all that list of negative keyword in all those non-exact campaigns. Basically non-exact and non-async targeting campaigns, we need to put all the list of negative keywords in those campaigns as a negative keyword list. So that will come after 1.5 months, but still we need to keep that list with us. So we will set up the campaigns, one keyword per campaign rule here for all the exact match keywords which we are targeting for the intention of ranking. We are going to use one keyword per campaign mantra here. From the beginning, we will start with the suggested bid. You can say 10-20 cents more than suggested bid. And right from the beginning, we are going to have 25% top of search placement in all these exact match campaigns. Now, let's say if you are targeting around 7 mid-tail keywords, or you can say 10 mid-tail keywords. That really depends upon the budget and your planning and the availability of keyword. But then again, it means around seven different exact match campaigns, one keyword per campaign, and all those campaigns have 10-20 cents more than the suggested bid, the middle value, and 25% top of search placement on top of that. So we get clicks from the right placement. We do not use auto campaigns, phrase campaigns, broad campaigns, because we really don't want to confuse Amazon algorithm, as algorithm is kind of in the honeymoon period. It is learning to which category, to which set of keywords do we belong, and what are the competitors. They're getting fetching all the idea. So confusing that algorithm at this launch time, from the auto campaign, from the phrase campaign, from the broad campaign, that's going to confuse the stuff. So we really avoid auto, phrase, broad campaigns at the beginning, and we utilize the power of our customized keyword list to give direct to the point signals to the algorithm during the honeymoon period time, that this is where we do belong and this is where we do want to rank. We will also start the video campaigns after 10 to 15 days after the launch activity, PPC launch activity to be specific. And then we can have one or two campaigns, and we can have multiple keywords per campaign. We won't follow the one keyword per campaign mantra here, because the video ads do not help particularly in ranking the keywords. But yes, definitely it does help in building up the traction, and it does help in getting cheaper orders in the exact match targeting. That is very important element. We can also get orders at less cost, maybe through broad or any other types of campaigns. But the video ads, it does help to get in majority of cases, not in all cases, but in majority of cases, it does help to get orders at cheaper cost, but then again with the exact match targeting. So then again, we are focusing on giving right signals to the algorithm here. So we are going to classify our launch journey from the PPC perspective in three phases. There are going to be two parts for the phase one, and then phase two, and then phase three. So in the first part of phase one, we are basically collecting the data here, and we are getting initial sales, and this usually takes around 2 to 4 weeks. What we basically collect in this part one of the phase one, we are checking out what is the conversion rate of our particular product on these design specific keywords. There can also be the scenario that you don't have that much design specific keyword, so you have maybe you are running around 4 or 5 design specific keywords and some non design specific keyword. So you are also having a comparison between the conversion of these keywords and those keywords. And then again, you are also getting an idea what is your cost per click. Then you are also checking the pattern of orders in the market. You are also checking out, is there any difference in conversion between three different placements. I mean, are you getting orders at better conversion on top of search and maybe less conversion on product pages or rest of search, or is the conversion same at both, at all three placements, or maybe at two same placements, but then again the CPC is different or higher at the top of search and it is lower, or it can be similar to top of search as well at the product pages placement. So you are getting this initial data, you are getting initial sales. And we do not rely on 7 days sale data. We don't take decision on the 7 days PPC data, because this data is inaccurate. So we do keep waiting, we do feed the keywords with the budget. And I have observed this a couple of times, that if you are observing one picture at the 7 days data, if you give it a weight, if you give it the budget, and if you kind of see it after 2 to 4 weeks, then again the scenario is altogether different. So these are 4 or 5 things which we observed in this first phase, and we are feeding budget to the keywords, and we are giving it time to see what is working and what is not working. So now in the part two of phase one, what we do is basically we adjust the placements after we have got access to the data. After we have got access to the accurate data, I would say after waiting for 2 to 4 weeks, that can be anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. So we do adjust the placement. Let's say we observe there is much better conversion at top of search, then we are kind of adjusting the top of search placement further, and we are not focusing much on the rest of search on or product pages. The intention is in two regards. The first one is to increase the conversion of the product, and second one is most of the time if you spend more, or if you increase the placement of the top of search percentage, that can happen that your CPC is right now, after increasing this placement, your CPC is from 1.8 to maybe 2.2, 2.3. But then again, like you were getting order on maybe 7 to 8 clicks at the product pages or rest of search, now you're getting order on 4 clicks. So overall your cost per order acquisition is reduced by increasing the bid. By and you how you are increasing the bid, you are increasing the bid by increasing the placement percentage of top of search. So we observe this data and we do the placement optimization as the first optimization step which we do. Another thing, at this stage, at this phase, basically the intention is not to look at the tacos, not to look at the echoes. The intention is to check the validation of all the development working, all the ICP study, whatever have you done. Is our design capable enough to get ranked on top? That's the main point. So the KPI which we want to track at this phase is improvement in the organic ranks. The tacos is secondary. The echoes is secondary at this particular stage. You don't have social proof, you don't have ranking right now. Let's say even if your tacos is around 70%, then once you achieve the organic ranking and you achieve 50% organic order, your tacos is going to get slashed into half. That's going to get around 35% due to the 50% organic order contribution. So right now, at this phase, the right KPI to track is improvement in the organic ranks, and we need to make sure that our campaigns are not going out of budget. Our campaigns are active for complete 24 hours at this particular phase. Three keywords with full budget per day, that those keyword campaigns are not going out of budget. These three keyword targeting is better than 5 or 6 keywords which are going out of budget maybe after at 4 p.m., at 5 p.m., at 2 p.m. Now, for the ranking intention, that is kind of wastage of money, in my opinion. So instead of targeting those 6 keywords, those 7 keywords, if you have limitation of budget, you should target only 3 keywords, but those keywords should run all day. Your campaigns should not go out of budget. Definitely your campaign should have 1 keyword per campaign. You should have optimization of placement that is going to help, along with if you have a good product value offer in the market, if you have good development in the design, if your images are classy, you have mentioned or you have kind of incorporated right keywords in your listing. Along with all those components, this is going to help you to rank on the top spots very quickly. And that is the intention of PPC at this stage. It is not to look about the profitability at this phase, it's more to look about the organic ranking element at this particular phase. The KPI should be improvement in the organic ranks. So in this part 2 of phase 1, we repeat the same process. Like we are going to add more keywords, then we are going to give those keywords some time, then we are going to optimize the placement and check out the conversion, the CPC and all the such kind of stuff. And this it is kind of repeat to add more and more keywords till the number of keywords which your budget allows you, basically. So if you have around 5,000 budget, your number of keyword is going to be different. And if you have around 15,000 budget, that's going to be different. And if you have around 3,000 budget, that's going to be different. So it really depends upon your budget. You can kind of check out all this according to your budget availability. And then again, this part 2 of phase 1, it lasts for around 4 to 8 weeks, till your product starts getting organic orders. The organic orders of around 20 to 30% at this stage is the expected outcome of this particular phase. Like we are expecting around 20 to 30%. Usually it's more about 25% organic orders at this particular phase. This is what is the expected outcome after doing all this activity. And you need to understand that increment in the organic order number is also a way to decrease your tag costs. So after this, we are entering into the phase 2 of PPC launch phases. And in this phase, we are aiming to add all the remaining keywords from our customized keyword list with the intention to rank on those keywords. And in this phase, we are kind of repeating the same first process: 1 keyword per campaign, like free budget or open budget. Like the campaigns are not going out of budget for those particular campaigns. and then we are optimizing the placement, and then again we are observing the conversion, we are observing what's working better, what's not. Our KPI to track is improvement in the organic ranks, not the echoes, not the tacos at this stage. And in the phase 2 we basically have two aims. First thing is to utilize all the keywords from our customized keyword list. Like every keyword should be in a separate campaign in our PPC. That's the first goal. And then the second goal is that our organic order percentage should be around 45 to 55% as compared to our PPC order. So these are basically the two aims which we are targeting in this phase 2. Improvement in the organic rank till 45 to 55% organic order contribution for the total orders per day. Then again, utilization of all the keywords from our customized keyword list. And then, as the outcome of these two factors, we are achieving our daily sales targets, which we had planned before launching the product during our evaluation stage. Now in this phase 2 we will also set up the auto campaigns at the and the broad campaign, only these two campaigns under the label of kind of, you can say, discovery campaigns. And we need to put our negative keyword list in both these campaigns, like the broad campaign and the auto campaign. And then again, what we will do is, in the auto campaign I usually go for the auto close only, and you can test out all four, that's fine. But if you have limitation of budget, you can go with the auto close only. And for the broad match we go for the top two or three different routes. For example, stress ball is a route and anxiety ball is a route. Only these two route. Let's say large stress ball for adults, it's not a route properly. Large stress ball for kids, it's not a route. In all these three keywords, stress ball is what is being repeated, like stress ball for adults, stress ball for kids, stress ball is a toy. In all these four keywords, stress ball is basically the route. So instead of targeting these four keywords in the broad campaign, I will target only the stress ball. And I'm going to negative target in the negative keyword list. I'm going to add all of my negative keyword list, and then again all of the keyword which I am already targeting in my exact match, because the intention is not to contribute towards the sale of all those keywords which I'm already targeting in exact match. But the intention here is to set it as a discovery net, set it as a campaign which helps me to identify more search terms which we could not identify from the reverse essence stuff. So we ask Amazon, here are the negative keywords which we believe do not belong particularly to our design, and here are the keywords which we are already targeting in the exact match. So we are putting all these two lists in the negative keyword list. So if you have any other keyword which you believe is relevant to our product, kindly do show us. And for this query, for this demand, we set up the broad campaign for the route, and then again the auto campaign. Now with all this thing, we have entered into the phase 3. What we do in the phase 3 is basically we maintain the organic ranks and we optimize for profit. Now our first KPI was improvement in organic rank. This is what we focused on in the phase 1 and most of the time in the phase 2. In addition to focusing on organic rank, we focused on increment in our organic order contribution in the total sales. Like we aimed for the 45 to 55% number in the phase 2. Now in the phase 3, we believe that we have achieved the improvement in organic ranks already. Our organic order contribution is around 50% roughly in at this phase. So our focus here is to maintain the organic ranks and then optimize for profit in this phase 3. So in this phase, we are going to adjust the bids and the placement. Like before, it was only the placement, because the placement optimization does help in improvement of conversion, which eventually contributes in the improvement of organic ranking. But in addition to the placement optimization, we are also going to optimize the bids in this phase, and we are going to discuss that later, how we can do the optimization of bids. But it's basically the SOP for that. We are going to discuss that in the later stages. Once we are optimizing, or we are in a mode where we are optimizing the bids and we are optimizing the campaigns for the profitability, and our organic ranks are sustaining, now at this stage we are going to add the other scaling campaigns. We had added the auto campaign and the broad campaign in the phase 2. Now if we want to add the SN targeting, or the phrase match or broad match of video targeting, we are going to add those campaigns, or maybe the sponsor display targeting, we are going to add those campaigns in this phase 3. And those campaigns I would label as the campaigns under the scaling campaign banner. After we are optimizing the exact campaign and we have added the scaling campaigns already and those are running good, while we do optimization in terms of bids for the exact match campaigns, for all the non-exact campaigns, that can be sponsor brand, sponsor display, the broad match campaign, the phrase match campaign, the auto campaign, whatever we are targeting in this phase 3 under the scaling campaign mantra, under the scaling campaign banner, we need to make sure that any non-exact campaign which has echoes more than our break-even echoes, we need to optimize that. So for exact match, the goal is different. The goal is first to see the sustenance of organic rank and then optimizing bid, whatever we can optimize by keeping the ranks on the top spot. So this is what we have intention for the exact match. For all the non-exact campaigns in this phase 3, we have the target to keep their echoes less than the break-even echoes. So let's say if we are running a sponsor brand targeting or sponsor display campaigns which have echoes of around 45%, 50%, and they are giving around 30 order, we would be happy on getting maybe 12 order, 13 order, but at the echoes of 25 or 20, which is less than my break-even echoes. That can be 30, that can be 33, that can be 35%. So I need to keep this rule for the non-exact campaigns in the phase 3. In addition to running the scale campaign, what we do basically is the campaigns we had started in the phase 2, the broad campaign and the auto campaign, we are analyzing their systems, and whichever system performs better, what is the criteria for performing better? Bringing orders at a good conversion, and the keyword looks relevant. From the keyword, the intent looks relevant. We need to fetch that keyword and we need to migrate that into a separate new exact match campaign. For the long tail keyword, those keywords which have search volume less than 1,000, or I would say less than 500, you can add those 2 3 keywords per campaign. But for all keywords which have search volume more than 1,000, I strictly prefer to have one keyword per campaign mantra here. So what we do is we have found a potential system which is performing good. The criteria for performing good is more than 3 orders and orders at good echoes, or you can say orders at good conversion. Orders at good conversion is more preferred thing here. So we fetch out that keyword. We are not closing or putting that keyword as negative target in that auto or broad campaign, but we do fetch out that keyword and that in the exact match campaign and go aggressive on that, like we were going for all the exact match keywords. Once we rank on that keyword and we see we are getting orders at same pace and at same conversion, only at that stage we do negative targeting of that particular system in the auto campaign or in the broad campaign. So what we are doing in phase 3 is we are optimizing for profitability. We are adding other non-exact campaigns like sponsor brand, sponsor display, sponsor video, and other the SN targeting campaign under the banner of scaling campaign. Here we are fetching good performing systems from the auto campaigns and the broad campaigns, and we are adding those in the exact match campaigns. And another point, our budget distribution for the sponsor product campaign and for, or you can say the exact match campaign and the non-exact match campaign, that should be 80% and 20%. So that's why we spent a good amount of time, you can say around 2 to 3 months, or that can sometimes take up to 4 months depending upon the competitiveness of a product. We have dedicated our budget for the exact match campaigns, and the intention is ranking, and organic ranking is one of the best tool to optimize or to decrease the tag cost. In optimizing the bids or adding the sponsor display, adding the sponsor brand, that still has second placement in preference when it comes to optimizing the tag cost. Organic, achieving organic ranks is the first one. So our 80% budget should be dedicated for those exact match campaigns, and only our 20% budget would be dedicated for all those other campaigns. We are going out of budget for these other campaigns. We are getting not getting orders at the full potential, everything is fine, but we need to limit our budget to 20% in these non-exact campaigns, and we need to make sure our echoes is less than our break-even echoes in this non-exact campaigns. So that's all for the PPC launch SOP or the PPC launch setup. See you soon in the second video. Till then, goodbye.